Hello, good evening, and welcome to Views and Expectations. I'm your host, Dr. Bain, and we are coming to you live from the studios of RHR TV1 in the beautiful city of Miramar. I am very excited about what we have been doing so far this year, and I'm looking forward to the new season that is coming up. I am particularly encouraged by some of the events that I attended, the people that I met at those events, the people that, and especially there was a literary conference recently in the city at Broward County Community College on Pines, and I met some wonderful people there. They came from New Jersey, they came from Washington, some came from Jamaica. And so I've just been impressed by the experience that I've had. And sometimes you're at an event and you meet some people who are extra special. You meet some people that are extra special, so I am excited about the fact that I met at that particular event the individual that I have in studio with me tonight, and I can't wait to introduce her to you. We are going to just send those cameras wide and just look upon that beautiful face that is sitting here. I'm particularly impressed with individuals who are doing things for others, because we are so much focused these days upon ourselves. I just want to say to you, Madam Scarlette, welcome to the set of RHR TV. It's my pleasure to have you in studio this evening.
Thank you.
And it was, our encounter was really was so informative, so entertaining, and so educational that I think at one point they wanted to put us out of the parking lot, because the event, it just flowed out onto the sidewalk in front of the library building, out into the parking lot. We made several attempts to leave and didn't. We had to be quieted at some points by the security, because there was such an energy just talking about, just chatting about the whole experience. And I think what carried a lot of it was really the activity that you are involved with, Barbara.
Yes.
Scarlette.
Thank you.
Sometimes we attach that name Scarlette to many other things, about the scarlet letters, those of you. She's not about that at all tonight. Just tell us a bit about what it is that you're doing. You're working through the church, through the Pentecostal Tabernacle on Wildman Road in Jamaica.
Yes.
What is particularly interesting about that is that the church does not remain between the four walls, and I'm going to let you just tell our audience about what this wonderful venture is, and ministry.
Okay. Good evening and good night, everyone. This is a special ministry. I think this was born in me from early childhood. I always love to give or try to assist. Even if people is down and they don't have anything, I try to give it to them. So in the church, I realized we have an area where we could reach a lot of people through this ministry. So I regroup it and got some ladies on board with me, and we went to the challenge in doing it. So what we really do is try to assist people with clothes, food stuff, and also back to school items. We get contribution from, from different organizations, or we will try to, interact with other of our friends overseas in getting help. So right now, it is good and it is a blessing to help, because, when they really come to you and you see the need, your heart is, you just feel heavy. But when you really go out and, even if you don't have their sizes, I try to find and call them and let them come by for it. So, it's a blessing when you see
you feel blessed.
Yes.
When you see the smile on their faces.
On their faces, yes.
And that was one of the things. We were actually talking with someone else that's equally excited about giving. We were, one of the other people that were there, we were chatting with CJ in Love, and she tends to just give and give and give. Yes. She was at the literary event, but had to leave and do a giveaway. And come back, to be the last presenter really at the literary event. And she speaks a lot about that, just seeing someone smile. She doesn't want to just send things off. She wants to do that hugging and just be able to have an opportunity to speak to the parents and that. And while we're on this, I really do believe that we need to, and I'll say it again, Views and Expectations is a program that is designed to raise the social consciousness of the community. And not everyone has that social consciousness about giving because we are so much into it's for me, what can I get? Yes. What about me? What about me? What can I get for me? Yes. And then we're so uncomfortable when we get it. We're so afraid to lose that we are not prepared to share because we see ourselves as just having less as opposed to just being okay, being blessed, being comfortable, and just being enriched by the fact that we are making somebody else's life better. And so this is what, when it comes to the type of activity, and it's beyond just the giving of the clothes, and we're going to get into that. It's beyond the giving of the clothes. It's beyond the just sharing. It's beyond giving it's touching the lives of people, and that is the part that really touches me. But now you're here in South Florida. I just want to put that out before we go to the break. When we come back from the break, we're going to get into the meat of some matters. But you're here in South Florida. And you are here because you believe that this is a place where you can appeal to people through the churches. How have you been operating here to just get some of the stuff out of people's hands?
Well, okay, it's sometimes hard because persons who have contacted they are far away. But I have recently reached a lot of friends through the church, and so far the giving is very good. We have received about a couple boxes of stuff that we already ship off to Jamaica, and a lot of people also is pending, that by this
they've made promises.
Yes, make promises by this weekend I can come by and collect stuff. So whenever they call me, I will just go and collect the stuff there. Sometimes my car sometimes the car is so packed, and I have to laugh and I say, Lord, thank you, Lord, for touching these souls that are giving. Right. And a lot of people, they realize they realize that it is rewarding when they give, because they said, Barbara, oh my God, if you were doing this a long time, it would be so, because sometimes they just give it away. So I'm glad that I'm here. And I'm trying to reach out to my friends then that have left Jamaica for a while, that Barbara is here and they can call me, and if they want to give and feel good in their life or in their heart in touching somebody, well, they can.
Now how can you not respond to that? That was just a shameless plug. Totally, if you don't feel guilty after hearing that. And, we're going to share the number with you before the program is over. But that was a wonderful, shameless plug, that if you just feel in your heart that you want to give and just really participate in this blessed feeling, then you can do that. But tell me something. There are lots of people who are experiencing hardship here in the United States. How do you feel about the fact that you're coming here to take, as you said, they give it away, to take things to take back to Jamaica, when there are communities here that are impoverished?
And
do you think one affects the other? Tell me.
I've seen it, and I really understand. I really look into some of these families. It's not really like when you're in Jamaica and you really say, if you come here, everything will be good. No, it's not. So I don't know. What I do is I pray before I even make a call or a contact, and I will literally say, Lord, you know who to send to me, and you know who I should go to. And it just worked. I think sometimes it's good that the churches here are helping, because even had our church in Miami, They also have a clothes bank here also that people do go by and get clothes.
Okay, so you're saying that there's enough for everybody. So we're gonna pause on that note, go to a short station break, and we'll be right back. This is Views and Expectations with Barbara Scarlette in studio.
My name is Dainali Mitchell. I attend the St. Catherine High School in Jamaica, and I only watch RHR TV1.
You are watching RHR TV1. RHR TV to the world.
Bless RHR TV. Bless RHR TV. Bless RHR TV, Jah, and guide them every day. TV. Yeah, man, more life, more blessing, more prosperity. It's Phil Watkins representing for RHR TV.
And we are back. We are back, and just before the break, we were just talking about how do we get all the giving to go around. Now, some people, if they do not do this where there is a direct appeal, just do not give at all. And this should be an appeal to those of you who do not just on your own, just seek some place to give. If you had something in your cupboard for 5 years and you're figuring you're going to get back to the size, whatever it is, or you haven't worn it, you most likely just need to give it away. Because the reason why you're holding on to it is because you love it, because you plan to wear it, you think you're going to have another opportunity to wear it. But after 5 years, and we know that things come around, but give it to someone that can make good use of it. You know, how wonderful it is to know that you're giving away something, not because you don't want it, but you want it so much that you're holding on to it. But eventually you get the release in your spirit to just let it go so that someone can be blessed. That being said, I just want to note as well that one of the things that the people who that are living here that have various programs, giveaway programs, where they would take or send barrels down to Jamaica. They send things down and then they go. Sometimes I see there's so many bodies are moving that to me, that the price of the tickets where we have people going and there is this whole entourage of people going, and when you multiply that, when you think about the millions of dollars, Jamaican dollars, that is just for these several people to go down. I began to reflect, and not just now, but I thought about it, the fact that you're coming here to make this happen, and you're spending the time, and I'm sure using the most efficient means to get this done. How wonderful it would be if those who would just, buy a ticket to go down just so that they would be associated with the things that they're giving away, would look to link up or make some kind of relationship with a church such as yours, authentic, bona fide, it can be verified and authenticated that these things are being given away, being given to the children, instead of having all these bodies moving back and forth, paying airline tickets. If you want to visit Jamaica, then visit Jamaica. But that a lot of the money can be saved by sending it down to a team that is doing it and is doing it well. And how can I say that this team is doing it well? Well, because they've been around for many years. And I want you to tell us about that. We're talking about a people to whom things are given, but you didn't say who these people are. Now I'm going to share a little experience that I have about being in the wrong place or in the bad places or the places that we ought not to go, unless invited, as I read in one article in the Jamaican Gleaner about the people that you serve, Barbara, you and your church. I went to minister in Waterhouse on the street corner. And they had to move barricades that were separating the blue from the red, and they had to move it and open it up to let us in. Okay. So I understand, because I stood on the street corner in a place that many would not go without invitation, right? And stood on the street corner outside of the rum bar with drunkards cussing inside and drinking, being able to stand up and to just deal with that, you know, while you sort of steady them and put your hand on them at the same time, and you know that the laying on of hands really doesn't work. But eventually it changes from cussing to tears.
Tears. Okay.
The word works even on a drunk that was in Sunday school at some point in his or her life. And I can say that. And so I know that when you, I want you to share with our audience about this Sidewalk Sunday School thing that have been around for so long. I just want you to, because this is where the clothes go. This is where the school bags and the books and things go. To people who are meeting on the sidewalk, and how long this has been going on for. I know it's more than 15 years, because I understand that there's a young lady that was going there from she was about 3 or 5, and she's now going to
in her church.
Exactly, and another one that is still a teenager, and she's back now helping in the process. This thing has been around, it's working well, it's doing the job, and I am saying this because I want you to be encouraged when you hear Barbara's story about these children, to just give the thing, send it down, keep the flow going. Keep the flow going. Let it get to the point where Barbara does not have to come here to collect, because you'll be sending it and you know where you're planting it. If you want to find out where your money is going, just then when you visit Jamaica, go find a street corner in Hannahtown and Fletcher's Land and East Queen Street and Tex Lane. Just find a corner and go see that they're meeting with the Sunday school, and that they're combing the children's hair, and that they're making them tidy, and that they're blessing them with a meal, and that they're being there to love on them. Tell us about your story, your Sidewalk Sunday School.
Okay, Dr. Bain put it so well. You know, I think she should be doing, you know, all the talking. But really, our Sidewalk Sunday School is for these kids who don't have anything. Well, I think most of the time their parents, you know, is kind of beat down. So for the kids them to come to Sunday school, they would have to find proper clothes for them to come to Sunday school. So because they're not coming, we go out.
You hear that, folks? Take the church to the people. Come from behind the 4 walls and take the church to where the people are. Many people will not grace the doors of your church. Take the church to the people. Go ahead.
So what we do is every Sunday morning, or from Saturday evening, we start the prep, because what we do is when we are going out on the road, we carry a meal for them.
Yes.
So when we go out on a Sunday, we have a team, a vast amount of young people, go out in different areas, as what Dr. Bain, Tex Lane, Hannahtown, Fletcher's Land, all over. And we go to them every Sunday, and we bring the words to them, the word of the Lord to them. Most of these kids are so, when you hear their stories, sometimes you want to cry. Sometimes when you go to them, they are pulling your skirt. Sometimes they want to sit in your lap.
Just attention.
Because they're not getting that love, we try to bring the love to them. We make sure they get something to eat, and whatever we have in our clothes bank, if they need clothes, these Sunday school teachers will come to me, come to our department, and we will sort out the clothes, and they will take it to them. It's rewarding, because some of these kids even get saved. They will come after a certain time and give their heart to the Lord. So it's, and I would say most of these what do you call it now, the dons.
Yes.
They have.
We understand the donship. Yes, the dons.
they look for us every Sunday morning. Every Sunday morning they look for us, and they are always there. And these kids, some of the parents even assist us in getting the chairs ready. So when we reach, the kids are there sitting, even though they are not in their best. But by the time we are through with them, you see the smile on their faces. And also what our pastor do also is we allocate a Sunday that we will prepare a food bag. That is like whatever food we can get together.
Right.
And the last time we did was 500 for that community. 500 food bags we deliver to the community. It
500
was
different families.
Yes, received the food. It was, you know, we didn't touch most of it's not all the areas we touched, but the ones that was near to our church we touched. But, you know, it's hurt your heart to know that you couldn't give everybody a bag. And, you know, I just pray and ask the Lord that one day we will reach to an area wherein we just can reach these people. I know.
And maybe to a place where it doesn't have to be done anymore. I mean, you know, socioeconomically, that the country has to come up to a place where and I mean, the poor will always be among us. You know, and there's poverty even here in the United States.
Yes.
But to the extent where, in terms of the family, the family structure and everything is so challenged by what has become their normal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what has become their normal. But the thing is that, you know, the children always will reach out for love, always want to have love and to feel love. And if we do not address them and they'll continue to seek it, because developmentally, if they do not successfully navigate those areas of their lives, they're going to continue through their teenage years and into their adulthood to do what? Continue to be seeking love in all the wrong places, and of course with people only too willing, but the wrong people willing to give it. And so we don't understand that these type of ministries are really so important, you know, and it has to be something. You can't attach yourself to a ministry like this just because it looks good and maybe you'll get your picture in the Gleaner or somebody will mention your name. It really has to come from the heart. Because it's something that if not, it's not going to last. No. You're not going to do it for more than a year or 2 years, and then you burn out because what? You know. But if it comes from the heart, your heart is not going to stop beating, and you die, right? So if it's a heart thing, it's going to last.
Yes, it's
you just keep it alive. You know, you said something, and that I guess continues to be pervasive, and it's because people are aware that there is a proper way to be dressed to go to church. I found out a long time ago that in Panama City, right here in the United States, they go to church in their flip flops and just, I mean, just they look more dressed up going to work than they do going to church. And that really is such a great equalizer. It removes half the stress of feeling that you're out of place because you're not properly dressed, because you're not walking into this church where there is a whole Sunday parade of hats and handbags and I mean, you know, we know that there is a Christian disease called shopping and dressing. You know, and so if you dress this Sunday, you got to wear, I'll rotate my clothes. I don't care. I like it. I paid for it. It's mine. You know, type of thing. But so we have this thing going, and so people obviously see, you know, say, well, we know that Miss So-and-so is going to church. And so you see that this is the mode of dress for going to church. And so, of course, I don't belong in the midst of that. I will not be comfortable. But I thank God for the Sunday, you know, the Sunday sidewalk church.
Yes.
And I pray that the atmosphere and the expectations and the mindset in the church will change. You know, because I've long since checked my social behavior when it comes to that. And I have asked the church on several occasions, are you prepared for the prostitute that will come in with a back out and a dress too short, that's going to sit next to you in the front row, the second or third row, reserved for the whoever's might be? Are you prepared for your little daughter and your son and your daughter that's dressed up in all her frills and her puffs to sit next to the child whose feet are full of dust because they walked half a mile to come to the church that you're sitting in sharing the word of God? I've asked that question. And so I thank God. Right, I tell you that I was impressed. I am impressed when things like these are happening. Come with your flip-flops. Yes. Come in your bare feet. Come with the dirt on your feet. Come with your hair undone. Just come.
Yes. That
is so much like Christ. And that's why I'm just so blessed by this. Just really blessed. I just pray that thing, it's a thing, would be removed from the church and that people can really feel comfortable. Because even with the ones that go to church and try their best to put something together, to try to look decent, still don't feel comfortable because they know that they're not in the in crowd. They're not in. They're not in. And so you have all of these cliques and whatever in church. You hear me, I'm about to preach, you know, but we're not going to go there. We're going to come back with some more information from Barbara right after the station break. This is Views and Expectations, and I want to change your mindset. We'll be back.
Never let them get you down. Never let them see you frown. Never let them lead you astray. Starting today, live your life your way. I say, I'm excited to strong when you're locked into RHR TV. Keep it locked every time I say that boom shot.
I'm crying for the people. Red Rat is crying for the people. Can someone give me a reason why this world is full of so much evil? Boom, well this is Red Rat, keep it locked. Read hard roots. At the boom. I'm crying.
RHR TV1, the real hard roots station. Mas Jasper said that.
And we are back, and I was just getting all warmed up on these things, these pet peeves that I have, and I feel free to talk because I'm a woman of the cloth, but I believe in being just real. Just being real. We have to take the church to the people. We have to be the church, and that's the whole point. And I see these sidewalk Sunday school efforts as really being the church, just being the church, being the church. Not just going to church, taking the church from between the four walls and just really ministering to a community, ministering to the souls of people. It must be very rewarding when you see people grow up, because you're going year after year and you see them just mature and matriculate.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Because some of these experiences, you know, you have to laugh because, you know, sometimes we also have burnt out families will come to the close bank, and they might have about 5 kids, so we will sort them out. And I said, but even though they come, I make sure I minister to them.
Absolutely, it's an opportunity.
Yes, so
an opportunity
they will sit and talk, and I will talk with them, and I say, okay, then listen, I need to see you at church. Okay, I want to see you because I want the Lord to continue to bless you.
Continue.
So she laughed and said, okay, miss, definitely. And I said, if I don't see you, try look for me and pull my skirt.
Yes. So when you come, yeah.
So sometimes I will just see their, you know, sometimes you might not remember their face,
right,
because so many. But there is some of these ladies that they do a little thing and they will come and say, hi miss, and I said, hi, how are you? You know, hi, how are you? You good? Everything good? He said, yes. You don't see my outfit? You don't see how my look? I was like, oh, you can't recognize. That is so good. Good to see you. And I said, oh, and she said, good. So these things, you know, touch you.
Yes.
I really want you to, you know, continue to serve people. I would say I'm serving people.
Absolutely.
I'm serving people, and I'm using this ministry
yes.
to us also to let them realize that the Lord is there for them.
Yes.
And He loves them. No matter what stage they are, no matter how you look, you might not have anything, but He will provide.
Yeah, and I'm a staunch believer in that God will meet you where you are.
Yes.
And He will meet you at the point of your need. And these expressions are not good for sermons. I mean, right now what the world does not need is another good sermon. But we've got to get the message to mankind that God in fact is love.
Yes.
God indeed is love. And I mean, His love is demonstrated through the activities of man in the earth.
That's true.
Because we are the ones that have the legal right to be here and to operate in this earth realm.
That's true.
And if not for us, many will not see Christ. And let it not be that because men have seen you that they will not see Christ. Let it be an example that because they see you, they see Christ. You know, and it'll come through things like this where people can really feel your genuine love, you know. And see the little codes that we make, you know, like even if you don't remember them, but just by tugging your skirt, tugging your shirt tail. You may not remember, as you say, there's so many, and it's one. I'm glad that you cannot remember the faces, because it tells me that it's a ministry that is really, I mean, it's full and it's blossoming, and I mean the people are coming through. So many people are being exposed to what you're doing that you can't even remember the faces. But because you know that you would have had contact with them, because if they tug my skirt, I know that that's one that I have touched.
That's true.
You tug my skirt, I know that I have touched you. I know that we have had contact before, and that they would bother to do it and not feel intimidated by your presence. See, and the human touch is so important.
Yes, that is so.
You know, it's interesting that you have chosen to let that be what you do. You know, so people, what do you want to say to these people here in Florida? How can they specifically help you? I want them to have a phone number. While you're here, you actually at the pen tab here, so tell them, you know, where they can reach you there, or by phone, if they can drop things off at the church, so that they have no excuse for saying that they don't have the time. They can just go to the church and put it in a bag, secure it twice in plastic, whatever it is, and leave it at the church, and call the numbers that we have available to you. So how can they reach you?
Okay, station now at Pentecostal Tabernacle, that is in Miami-Dade. It is operated by Pastor Sammy Stewart. Also, I'll be here for a time, and my number is 786-458-4041. Now, also, what I will be doing is, we have another church brother that is here from Jamaica. He will be operating for us. Okay. So, he will be having this number, because this phone will be used. This phone is being used as our
ministry
contact number. So it will be stationed here in Florida.
Okay, so you hear that. Even when Barbara has gone back to love someone, those people, and to keep the word going, there is a brother now that would answer the phone, and you can continue to give. Because I think that that's what needs to happen, that this flow just keeps going.
And if when they do call him, and they can, you know, they can inform him of what they have, and he will give them the guideline of where to drop it off.
Okay.
So it is, you know, and if you want to drop me an email, just to, you know, let me know that you'll be a part of this ministry.
And the email is, listen, we are posting this thing on the screen, so while Barbara is talking, you
can send me an email and advise me of what you really want to do in this ministry. And what we will do is link you to our church in Jamaica, where you can talk to our minister, that's our pastor, to really confirm that yes, we definitely is doing this ministry there. It's legit.
Right.
It's of the Lord, and we are there for a long time, and we are not going nowhere.
So I like that you're not going anywhere.
That's right. We need books and shoes, clothes of any type, school bags, pencils, toiletries, anything that you know can touch someone's life. That's no problem. We won't have any problem in sending down these things, because we have made a contact with a shipping line that is we are so blessed. God is good that this gentleman, he shipped the goods for us free.
Okay, so you hear that. Okay, listen, tell them.
As what Dr. Bale was saying, that whatever you're doing for the Lord will always have His power behind it.
Absolutely.
And He will bring people in that will assist.
Yeah.
And this gentleman is so sweet. He's from Caribbean Ocean, Mr. Ozzy. I have to say thanks, sir. Thank you for your help and for your understanding. And he has been we have been working, and he has been shipping these things down for us.
Now you see how much money is saved to do other things.
Yes.
Because sometimes you're asking, and it's not everything that people may have, and then some of the things that people don't have in bulk, I mean, they may pick up and give to you, but that you can go out and get in bulk so that you can really help. This is not a mystery. This is not something that is done under down low. There are statistics that are done. It is understood that as a certain amount of money leaves the country, and that goes to the homelands of people who are here as immigrants and who are here, whether first generation, second or third generation. It's understood that monies are spent, and it's calculated because they know. So the money is going to leave. Money, that's why there's international trade, and that's why there's international finance. But look at how much money is saved by the fact that this gentleman you Barbara, have given him an opportunity to make a decision that he wants to make your mission his as well.
Yes.
And so that he found a way that he could give.
Yes.
He found a way that he could give, and this is wonderful.
Yes, this is
really
wonderful. So as I was saying, any toiletries, tin items, food, toys, books, shoes, clothes, bags, pens, pencils, anything that can be given to a child or to a senior citizen, to a male or female, we will really appreciate.
How about families in shut-ins and families, the
yes,
older? Because I realize
we do, because what we do is sometimes when we receive stuff, we have different departments, right. Ministry at church, and they will come to us and say, okay, Sister Barbara, we're going to so and so. What you can put together in a box, and we'll fix up.
So it's not as if you're putting stuff in a bag and it gets to the individual and they can't use this and they can't. It's tailored to their needs.
Yes, it is. It is. Well, we will send them stuff and all those things to them. So and what we realize also is that whenever we have these people from different churches do come.
Right.
Is that they send the individual person who will know the needs of the person. The needs of the person.
Okay, so you get the specifics.
Yes, so they will come into the clothes bank and they will go on the racks.
Okay. And
yes, because we fix it like a
store. Wonderful.
Yes. And so the shoes are in an area, the clothes are on hangers. And the stuff are, literally fixed properly so that whenever they come, anybody is easy, you just go through and they will sort out the clothes that they need.
You've got this thing figured out.
Yes, and we log it and they sign for it. And
so you had that they log it, they sign for it.
Yes.
I'm saying again to you, feel free to give into this ministry because the clothes, the food, the items, whatever they are, they're going to the people for whom they're being collected.
Collect for. Yes.
They're meeting the need. They're meeting the need. It's not going to fatten the pockets of anybody that's doing it. Real ministry. Real ministry. That's wonderful.
Yes.
These individuals, many of them I understand, in areas where you've had turf wars, all of these gang-related type of activities. What are some of the major struggles that the younger kids have, just having that experience in their lives on an ongoing basis almost?
So I think some of the time when we do go into these communities, the kids are afraid. They will, the night before it's a lot of gunshots, and when sometimes might be Sunday school, X-Pectations Sunday School, and you might have about 40 kids that day. You might only see 10.
Okay.
So you realize that it is. But there is one thing is that whenever we go into these communities, we talk to everybody. Also, even though we have any Sunday school, but we also have others who will walk around.
Just talk to people in the community
and try to, soothe them, and they will talk and tell you what is happening. This is also we get the contact of who might need things in the community.
Yes, because they know as well by talking to the people.
Right. So they will give us the information, or we'll give them the church number and they call, or they will tell them when they are to come back.
Right.
And they do. But our workers who work in these areas are people who are from that area also.
So they know the area?
Yes.
All right. So just on that note, we'll go to a short station break and we'll be right back. Barbara Scarlette and the Sidewalk Sunday School.
RHR, you rise forever. Yes, you will rise. Ain't nobody in hurt can hold you down. RHR TV #1, the real hard roots. You can never find another one. Christina Starr said that.
Hi, my name is LaShawn, and I represent America, and I only watch RHR TV. Stay tuned.
Hi, this is Edine Davis. I'm a sergeant in the Army, and I represent all Jamaican, and you're watching RHR TV. So stay tuned and keep watching, and don't go nowhere.
And we are back. Just such a refreshing time, even though it's challenging. It's really challenging to hear the stories. Wherever there's violence and there are young people, I always, it's always a concern. And of course, it makes sense that if you're going to take the word to the people, and if you're going to try to keep them clothed, and if you're going to help to feed them where they have that need, a very important aspect of human development and just growth and health is security, safety. That's that need to feel safe and secure. And you were saying that when there are lots of bullets flying and the children are dealing with that there is you tend to notice a decline in the attendance on that particular Sunday morning. A lot of the activity, that type of turf wars and stuff, go on the weekend.
Yes.
More so than during the week.
Yes, mostly on the weekends, because they will have their flare-up. Flare-up can be
anytime, of course, because it's unpredictable.
Yeah, but if they do really have shootouts, like, person might die in the community during the night, then literally the parents will keep them in until
things are quieted down.
Right. But that don't hinder us from still going.
You're still at the corner anyway.
No, we still go into the area. Once the police said it is okay, we will go in. And whoever we really, come to Sunday school, we have the lessons with them.
So you are not impressed by that, and that's the key. You're not impressed by the numbers. You have 40, you minister to 40. You have 10, you minister to 10 that are there on the sidewalk.
That's right.
But in addition to that, you still, you go into the community once you're allowed in. Because I guess the police have some control over that.
That's true. That is
general safety of people that might go in. So you have a standing invitation. You have a standing invitation to Maiden Lane and Kex Lane and East Queen Street and Fletcher's Land and where else it is, because you have Hannahtown, James Street, and of course Wildman Street on the church.
That's right.
And this is the one that really gets me, because there it is that the church is there, but because you know that many will not come inside the church, you're saying, even so, there is going to be a sidewalk church on Wildman Street where your church building is to minister to. In other words, to make sure that everyone is like, come everyone.
Yes.
You're really going into the highways. You're going into the byways. And whosoever will, you're saying, come.
That's right.
And so, so often here we speak about evangelizing a community. Or many people just go into a community and they set up a church and they have not evangelized the community. They do not know who's living in the community. They do not know the needs of the community. They just find a building that is available and they go in. Sometimes they don't even pray about it to know what's up. And they're just in a community. And so it's wonderful that you really take the time to get to know the community, which is so important. And people, I'm saying to you, just wherever you're going to minister, and this is a lesson in evangelism. This is a lesson in love. It's a lesson in caring. It's a lesson in sharing. It's a lesson in understanding when enough is sufficient for all of us.
Yes.
It's a lesson in understanding that if you give away a piece of the pie doesn't become smaller. The pie is large enough, and your slice may look thinner, but it's still the same that when the pie was smaller. Because when you give, you help to really make the pie bigger so that everyone can participate in it. And this is a real lesson for us to learn from. A real lesson for us to really be in the church. You couldn't last that long if the people didn't feel the love.
That is true.
If they didn't feel the love. Now, you really minister to the whole man. you minister to them spiritually, you minister to their financial needs, because by giving, it may not be monetary, directly putting in hand, but everything costs something.
That's
all right? A dollar not spent is a dollar earned or gained or saved, and so you bring them the food and the clothes and whatever. So, and of course, when they're concerned, you minister to them mentally, because it could be mental torment, having to deal with flying bullets.
Yes.
You minister to them, so not just spirit. So that the word and the spirit can work, you minister to the entire man. And so you are concerned as well with the educational level of the community. And so that is part of your ministry. Tell me.
Okay, that ministry is was established by our pastor, before Pastor Sammy Store.
Yes.
And he started a foundation marked Project Hope.
Project Hope.
Yes, and it is going well. With this project, what he does is he will go into these communities and he will give out a scholarship. Yes, they do. We do give these kids achievers who have passed their GSAT of what they really need. Also, they do give out contribution to the university of what level they are at.
So hold on a second. You're telling me that something good can come out of
these kids,
these areas, that something good can come out of East Queen Street, something good could come out of Tex Lane, something good could come out of James Street, something good could come out of Maiden Lane.
Yes, we do.
Something good.
We have experienced a lot. And what he does is he have a lot of maybe three fundraising he will do to assist these kids. And at the end of the year, every year, what he do is bring these kids to one of those posh hotels and really cater for them, just the kids and cater for them.
To just expose them to something different.
And also to earn them their scholarship.
Right, and for them to know.
Yes,
so
that they
so
really care, yes.
Really
so
care.
We do, the church go deep. We try to reach everybody at any cost.
Right. So that is wonderful.
And
so they have an opportunity to come out of that poverty. And how do you do that? By educating yourself out of those situations. Because some people, it's just by default of birth that they are where they are in the situations and can't climb out of it. We are up against the station break. We are coming up to the last segment to wrap up. Barbara Scarlette with the Sunday School Sidewalk, working through her church, the Wildman Street Pentecostal Tabernacle. We'll be right back.
RHR TV1 to the world!
We're the Youngs and we're from Jamaica. You're watching RHR TV, the #1.
Oh, wonderful. And we are back. I can say that we're having a wonderful time in studio. It's a very serious matter, maybe a very sobering thought, but it gives you something to reflect on for you to realize that there's a lot of work to do. I think more than anything else, this is a program for the churches. Churches, use this as an example. Those of you who are watching tonight, I want you to be encouraged to take to take this program and share it with someone. Send them to rhrtv1.com. Share your computer with them and get them to log in and watch this program, and so that your church can be relevant in the world as it is today. All right, Barbara, I want to give you this last minute to just wrap up, to share again your phone number, which we will display on the screen, and anything that you want to say, whether it's to encourage the churches that have been sharing or the individuals that may want to give and have not been given. This is like a blood bank. We are here to take something from you. We want you to share life. Okay.
I just want to say thanks for those who have already given to this worthy cause. I really want to say a real thank you for the church in Pentecostal Tabernacle at Miami-Dade, Pastor Bobby Stewart Church. We got a lot of support from them. I want to say thanks for the friends that I have contacted and have really supported this cause. And I think they're trying to tell me that you are really on vacation, but you're doing the Lord. But I said, I told the Lord that if I do have a time span, I am going to take it to use it to do His work. And that's what I did. And I just want to say I am so thankful for all of the help. Please, I know it's not easy right now for everyone, but whatever you give, the Lord will definitely bless you.
It does make it a little bit easier for those who don't have.
Yes, it will. No matter what you have, even if it's just a dress you're donating, that is okay. Just call our number, send me an email. I would like to hear from you also if you really want to come on board. I can get you, I can get you contacted to our church in Kingston, Jamaica, where you can speak to our pastor.
Okay, and the number again?
The number is 786-458-4041. And
the email is?
Dana, that's D-A-N-A, BAM, B-A-M, Dana @yahoo.com.
Okay.
Thank you all, and I really appreciate the help that we're going to get. Love and kisses.
I just love that, the help you're going to get. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed, just